Hi everyone, let's begin by heading to Silver Mountain, and we are seeing a lot of fresh powder at the area ski resorts, and as you can see up there, lots of snow to contend with. Beautiful day to be on the mountain. Thank you for being with us on KREM 2 News at noon. I'm Laura Papetti, of course, with my good friend Jen York.
Yeah, it looks pretty blustery out there. Snow in the mountains, though, rain for the rest of us. Jeremy Lagoud joining us now from the Weather Center. Jeremy, what are we looking at today here at the noon hour?
Oh boy, I've spent a lot of time diving into this one, just trying to figure out what exactly is going on. And this could be about as narrow of a miss as we could get when it comes to a windstorm. It's incredibly interesting how this one plays out. It's a bit breezy here in Spokane. It's a bit gusty as you make your way up to the top of Silver Mountain. Now look at those guys fighting the wind there. You can see the flags blowing. That looks to be about a 20-mile-an-hour wind when you start to get it to blow like that, get the trees to move like that. So not as bad as it's going to be, and Silver Mountain could be one of those places where we will be looking at incredible wind come tomorrow. That wind will be out of the south, and that's what's going to bump our temperatures up. We're already starting to see those temperatures soar. 41 here in Spokane, 40 in Coeur d'Alene, 36 in Sandpoint, and we will continue to watch those temps rise all day long, all night long, and the warmest will likely be early tomorrow morning. In higher elevations, it's snow. See that blue though in the Cascades? That is an avalanche warning. We have an inverse snowpack, or an inverted snowpack. What that means is heavy snow on top of lighter snow. That heavy snow could give way, causing avalanches. Then tomorrow it shifts to wind. We could see wind gusts approaching 55 miles per hour here in the inland northwest. That includes Spokane, Pullman, over into Coeur d'Alene. All of the areas that are seeing heavy rain now shift to more of a wind threat as the rain dies down early tomorrow morning. That wind ushers in a new air mass. It'll be cooler and drier as we get there, but we are talking incredible amounts of wind on the way. 45 degrees will be our high temperature by about midnight. It gets even warmer in North Idaho as well, and we are keeping a close eye on it because, Jen, as things start to crank up, the wind is going to be the big story, and it really comes down to your elevation in the next 24 hours.
Yeah, it's certainly going to be busy in the weather department. Jeremy, thank you. All right, we want to take a live look at Schweitzer Mountain Resort now here at the noon hour. You can see a few skiers and snowboarders out there. Well, this weekend, owners are canceling night skiing amid tension from its mask mandate. Leaders say guests are verbally abusing employees working to enforce the rules. So they say the mountain will not tolerate that behavior. They add, though, the goal is to remain open for the season, but it will take compliance.
We've had some challenges in our twilight skiing operation. A lot of the guests maybe aren't as familiar with the rules that we've put in place this winter, and it's been a constant challenge over the last couple of weeks to get people to work with us to stay covered up in the lift lines and inside the buildings. Unfortunately, the COVID fatigue is real, and our employees really were getting some of the brunt of it.
You're hearing there from Dig Krismer with Schweitzer. Now, the planned fireworks show and snow tubing this weekend will go on as scheduled.
Right, 12:04 right now. Today, President Trump is headed to the border to talk about his immigration policies, and Democrats are pushing ahead to remove President Trump from office. They accuse the president of inciting an insurrection. Today, the House is expected to vote on a resolution urging Vice President Mike Pence to invoke the 25th Amendment. It would remove the president from office. However, Vice President Pence is not expected to do so, so House Democrats are also planning a vote as early as tomorrow on articles of impeachment. Meanwhile, the president is at the Mexico border today to talk about his immigration policies. He is also expected to visit part of the wall. He also spoke to reporters for the first time since the assault on the U.S. Capitol.
This impeachment is causing tremendous anger, and you're doing it, and it's really a terrible thing that they're doing. It's been analyzed, and people thought that what I said was totally appropriate.
And right now, there are at least 10 ongoing investigations into the actions of Capitol Police during the riot. It includes looking into one officer seen taking selfies with rioters and another who was wearing a MAGA hat. And then there's at least 2 Democratic members of Congress testing positive now for COVID. This is following the riot, and it does include Washington Representative Pramila Jayapal. Both congressional members suspect they caught the virus in lockdown with Republican colleagues. And last night, Jayapal tweeted this: locked down in a secured room at the Capitol where several Republicans not only cruelly refused to wear a mask, but then recklessly mocked colleagues and staff who offered them one.
Well, happening today, the Inland Northwest is home to a new COVID-19 vaccine trial. Multicare will test the Novavax vaccine and look for volunteers from here in the Inland Northwest. So it's looking to recruit about 300 people. Tonight, researchers and doctors will be able to answer all of your questions during a town hall. Now, that begins at 5:30 p.m. Anyone interested, though, needs to register online beforehand. For that link to register, you can text TRIAL to 509-448-2000, and it will be sent right to your phone. And the Spokane City Council is formally endorsing the Spokane Public Schools levy.
However, there is organized opposition from people who are upset for the district, saying the district did not open fast enough.
My thought is that the city council needs to stay out of it. The voters will make this decision, absolutely.
So we always do this, and I can just speak for myself. I support this. We're going to lose jobs if we don't do this, and we're going to have to cut services to kids.
So this is a replacement levy, and it means this is not a new tax. However, it is a tax increase. The resolution passed 4-3, and the levy will soon go up for a public vote. The special election day, by the way, is February 9th. Also happening today, talking about schools as part of the local push to get kids back into indoor learning. Spokane Public Schools is hosting a webinar for parents of 3rd and 4th graders. They will discuss the phase-in plan for those students. It begins at 6:30. You can find the link to the meeting on the SPS website.
And new at noon, we are learning when all students will return to in-person learning in the Central Valley School District. District leaders say all students will be back by next month. It plans to bring back 4th through 6th grade in the next few weeks, and then 7th through 12th grades will go back starting February 1st. Leaders say it plans to follow guidance from the Spokane Regional Health District. So for now, it will continue at that hybrid schedule. Also, families have the choice to continue distance learning.